Black Clover has arrived in Canada. This is Mass X, and we're going to talk about it for a second. I don't know if you previously got to play the beta or you've been playing on the 2 overseas versions, but there has been a few changes, 2 in particular that are definitely pretty much positives to say the least. Also 2, if you are going to be playing on the Canadian servers, there are a few things you need to know. So let's just touch on that real quickly. Now, if you are going to play the Canadian version, you are going to need a VPN. They made this very, very temperamental. It has to have a VPN or it will not let you in. So you will need to be running a VPN. You can find a free VPN on iOS or Android Play stores, or if you already have one, great. That makes it so much easier for you, but you will need one for purposes of being able to download and play the game. Now, you can download the APK separately, but once you go to log into the game, you will definitely need the VPN. So you will want to make sure that you just create a guest account when you first log in, once you have it downloaded and your VPN active, and then you're going to go through, if you've played this before and nothing has pretty much changed, you're going to have to go through that first 10-15 minutes worth of playing to get to what you really want to get to, and that will be your summons that will allow you to re-roll 20 times. But before that, something surprisingly happened, which is actually one of the 2 major changes, which is pretty cool. And that is we get a free SSR character even before that. You will be directed to summons in the general summons as you are moving your way forward through chapter 1, and you get Charlotte for free, which is actually pretty cool. Having her available to you will help you progress fairly quickly. So that was a nice surprise for them to include that. So it is not a mistake. Everybody gets her. I was confused. And yeah, so that was one of the nice pluses. But you'll get her first, and then once you get through or close to through chapter 1, then the summons that will allow you to re-roll up to 20 times will appear, and once you get that summons, that will allow you to roll for another SSR. So you can get 2 SSRs right out of the gate, which is a nice plus on them. Very kudos. There's a few that are good that you could get, but quite honestly, and as you can see, I kept doing it until I got Lotus. He's just such a dang good character. His kit and his usefulness goes a long way, so my initial plan was always to go for Lotus, and if I didn't get him out of the 20 pulls, then I would re-roll again, which in this game isn't the easiest, but it's not hard either. If you don't get the character you want, let's say you are rolling for Lotus and you never pull him, you are going to need to back out of the game. You're going to need to clear your cache. You're going to need to clear the files. Then you're going to want to delete and reinstall that APK that you're using, and then you will start over again. So it does take a little time going through that re-roll process. But if you are going to stay playing on the Canadian server, then you might as well do it, especially if you're free to play. Now, for me, I just wanted to see if there was any significant changes. I have no intention of playing, and I am just going to probably mess around with it for a few more days. Notice if I notice any other changes or nuances, and then I'm out until the official global hits and not just Canada. And the other significant thing that they did, which was, kind of cool, it's kind of similar, but it's not, and it's kind of better in some ways. Again, until the real world clicks in and we actually are playing, it'll be more interesting to tell. But they did update the bond system a bit, and what you can see is that if you've played the prior versions before, you know, dupes were definitely necessary. Now it's a little bit easier and dupes aren't as necessary. As you can see how they set this up in the bond levels to get yourself to LR. Now again, dupes will, if you get one, then yeah, if you want to go to LR plus, etc. But it is definitely another little change to the system. Hopefully in the long run it does, you know, seem to make a difference, maybe a little easier. We won't know till we play it longer and start to have to build these bonds more and more in the game. But really, all in all, not a lot superficially has changed. I still think at times the game could use a little help to speed things up and move you along. But again, I'm gonna reserve judgment till I go all in on global. I'm not gonna work on an account that I have no intention of keeping for Canada. But it was nice to see those two major changes, especially getting the SSR Charlotte. I think that really goes a long way with assisting players with progression early on in the game, especially free-to-play players, because basically you are pretty much going to have two SSRs, no doubt, when you're starting and working on this game by the end of chapter 1, which will help everybody out. Let me know if you're gonna play on this Canadian server or you're just holding out for global like I am, because in the end, it was nice to take a look at it, see if I could notice any of the changes that they made or if there's anything of significance. But outside of that, I'm just gonna wait. They've made us wait this long. What's another month or two at this point, right? Well, with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.